All right, Ufuk, well, a couple of returnees. First of all, David Ball. Is this ahead of schedule?
A little bit ahead of his schedule. We were planning to get him involved with the reserve team. He was going to play limited minutes, but we thought if he's going to play limited minutes, he might as well play with us.
And in terms of those minutes, what's your expectation around his involvement against Melbourne City?
Yeah, look, we'll see how the game goes. I think David's been a very influential player for us. I think he understands his role and what we want from him. So, look, we'll see how the game goes and we'll make a decision on how much he plays.
So, just to clarify, he won't start the game?
We'll see how that goes as well. We've still got a couple of sessions leading into the City game, but at this stage our thought process was not to throw him in the deep end. He hasn't had many minutes in the legs, but look, we'll see how the week goes and we'll make a decision.
How's his dedication to his recovery been? Because obviously this is a setback for a guy like him who wants to play all the time. What have you seen from him in his rehab?
Yeah, look, he's worked very hard to get to this point. He's still working very hard. He's had this is his second full week with the group, training with the group. So look, he's worked very hard. He's itching to get back on the park, as most footballers are. So look, we're very pleased that he's back in with the squad.
And Jan Saas, obviously now available again. What role might he play on Sunday?
Yeah, Jan missed obviously 2 games from the red card. So look, he's been working with the group. He had no injury there whatsoever. The only thing he missed out on was game time. But look, we brought in Jan because we think he's an influential player in the role that he plays. He's a creative player, and I think that's something that made it possible that we've elected in the last couple of games. So yeah, Jan will play hopefully a decent role in the game coming up against City.
You've got now with Bally coming in and Jan back and others as well, quite a few attacking options. How do you go about negotiating who plays when, and is it really down to the opposition?
There's no negotiating. I tend to pick a team on the weekend that I believe is going to get the result for us. For me, it's the players that are in form, the players that are performing, and the reality is it's great to have that competition within the team, because players know that if they don't do their job and they're not performing, the next player's in line ready to take that spot.
So as far as Jan is concerned, he's one of your 2 kind of 10s more likely, so is Costa going to still play in that role that he has, or is he more likely to play as one of the front 2? Yeah,
look, Costa we've had to utilise as a 10 in the last couple of games. For me, I see Costa more playing as a 9 in the front line, so Jan will come back in that role as a 10, and we'll decide on what we do with Costa.
And as far as everybody else is concerned, you've got no other injury concerns?
No, just Roof is the only one. He's progressing well at this stage, but everyone's available to play.
All right, and Melbourne City this Sunday night. What have you been working on this week after Newcastle? What have been the main focus points?
I think we need to be with the ball a lot better. I think the intensity in the first 10-15 minutes, we need to play a higher intensity. So we have a game plan against Melbourne City, and I think how we can do that. Look, for me, Melbourne City are the best team in the competition. They've got 3 wins. They're flying high. They've got some really good players, and they play some really good football. So I think this is a game where I think our boys know that if they're not focused and they're not up to it, they're not going to match the intensity. That's going to be a really tough challenge for us. So I see it as a great opportunity to go play the best team. Was
Newcastle a bit of a setback, the way the result, the performance?
For me, the performance, possibly in the first half, probably the first 15 minutes, made our life difficult. It's very, very hard to win a game if you're already 2-0 down away from home against a good opposition. I think we did better in the second half. We had a lot more of the ball, and if you look at the stats, we had a lot more possession, we had a lot more passes, but at the end of that, we had a lot more shots. But at the end of the day, I don't think we matched them for their intensity of the first 15 minutes, which let us down.
And just sorry, back to another selection issue. We've obviously got Sam Sutton, presumably Moragas is fit, we've got Callan Elliott as well, Tim Payne playing at fullback. Are there decisions to be made in the fullback spots too?
Yeah, I don't think it's a selection issue. Like you say, Piney, I think, like I said, for me, I believe when we do pick a side, we believe that's the team that's going to win us the game or get us the result. And for me also, it's when we do pick a side, it's not just the starting 11, we need to think about the bench and who can come on and make an impact as well and change the game. So for me, it's great to have the depth that we have this season, and hopefully we can keep the players on the park as much as we can to create that depth and keep that depth. So look, like I said, we'll pick a side that we believe is going to get us through the game to a certain point, and then the players that come off to make a change.
And can I just ask you about a couple of imports, Oscar and Beaujardere? Did they come as advertised? Were they what you expected? Have you been pleased with their impact?
Yeah, look, they're slowly getting there. I think BK's been pretty consistent so far in his role that he's played. Oscar's starting to understand what we want from him. Look, they need to be involved, and they need to play as much games as they can with the group to completely understand and try try to form those partnerships. So look, it's only round 3, we're going into round 4, so hopefully we can get them up to speed really quick.